I always miss this when I'm not recording. Glad to be back at it. I did play last week and foiled again. Seasonal, we're cruising, but we have got to get back to double up gold weekly as we move into week 10 already for DFS purposes. Strap it up. Let's go. Thursday night, let's start off with the Bengals and the Ravens. Gave us some magic like we were hoping for. I got Jamar Chase. I also had it going. I had him going in the FFPC Pro League. Great game between these two heavyweight contenders for the AFC divisional title. Lamar was great. King Henry got his. Flowers, Mark Andrews all got theirs down the stretch. The usual suspects got it done. On the other side, it was all Burrow, Chase, and a bit of Brown. Bengals provide a lot of offense for us, but they'll need to get some other players consistently involved to keep it going. Jaceki remains on the radar for seasonal. Really fun game. Chase is going to be hard to topple for most teams this week. On to Germany. Giants at the Panthers. Danny Dimes can be played if bye weeks are upon you, basically. The Giants' backfield, they're going to be splitting time. If I had to take a guess, Tracy, that's the guy I would roll out. Bryce Young taking steps forward, but we can't, stake our season on that right now. Only Hubbard with Leggett as a reach if you are in like an emergency situation. But Hubbard just got paid. I like that play. Brooks may get some touches this week, but I do feel eventually this backfield evolves into a two-headed monster. I don't believe the Panthers can actually travel to Germany and win. It's asking a lot. Giants. Let's get on to the main slate. Broncos at the Chiefs. So the Chiefs defense has been playing really well all year and even stepping up a little bit recently as we head into the playoffs. It's too tough of an environment for Bo Nix and the Broncos. In addition to the Chiefs D being DFS and GPP playable, Hunt is a fine play this week, and we will get there for GFS and GPP, and DFS, no doubt. Kelsey for seasonal. I ain't mad if you want to cram him in a GPP tournament lineup, but I won't get there. Mahomes and the Chiefs coast at home. Patriots at Bears. Eberflus on the verge of losing his locker room if he hasn't already. When your job is on the line in Chicago, you better do what the Bears do best to stick around. Play good defense and run the football. Swift is in play for sure, any format you want. The Jaguars can't hold anyone on the ground. They're bad against the pass also, but that is the less confident route, the pass, for the two routes for Chicago. I will have some exposure to Keenan Allen on DK just because he is dirt cheap. Like he's under 6K, 5,700, but that's about it. Patriots may get a little ownership, but I'd stay away. Bears can win at home. It's on the road where things fall apart for them. Chicago beats a worse team. Bear down. Steelers and Commanders. Look, have you noticed how much more stable the Steelers are with Russ than with Fields? Is what I was going to say. They've also added Mike Williams in a trade with the Jets. The Commanders aren't the scariest team on defense, but Russ will definitely, it's definitely not a ceiling thing that we're looking for with him. But I would say also he has a ceiling in this game. I'm sorry, I'm struggling over what I wrote there, but I was going to say that Commanders defense isn't that scary, but he does have a ceiling, basically. So it's kind of like you can't go crazy with this one, just based on the ceiling that he does provide. Also the other thing is, like, we don't know what the target share is going to look like with this new ensemble cast of characters that they've strewn together over this last week or two. I expect the defense will show up, as they do weekly. They won't blank Jaden Daniels, but life will get tougher for that kid this week. The Steelers should find some room on the ground as well. Najee Harris in whatever format you would want this week. Washington is a minus 2.5 point favorite at home on Sunday, but I feel like the Steelers on the other side is the play to take this week. McLaurin should be okay for seasonal. Brian Robinson Jr. isn't going to play. Playing the backfield, he isn't going to play. So getting the backfield work for the Commanders is going to be Eckler, McNichols, and maybe another. I'm not interested. Steelers escape on the road by slowing this game down and playing to their strengths, I believe. Vikings at the Jaguars. Let's clean it up. I'm going to clean it up now. Paging Mr. Aaron Jones to the end zone. There is a lot to love about the Vikings this week, which is why I don't think Darnold breaks through the ceiling, but we do get some solid performances from him, Jefferson, Jones, and Hockenson also. You've got to like Brian Thomas on the other side, though. Jacksonville is going to be slinging it, no doubt. Ingram has a harder road. Vikings play the tight end okay. Vikings roll. Falcons at the Saints. Okay, Olave, it's a little something I want to say. He's had a lot of concussions going back to college. I pray this guy makes the right choice for himself. What's wild to me is you don't even see these guys wearing the Guardian cap when they come back. Anyways, Carr's back, but there is just a talent void at wide receiver for New Orleans. Taysom Hill definitely get in play. Guys, I used him last week, and you need to be prepared for this ownership. It's through the roof. It's off the charts. But for the price, I still feel like tight end, that's going to be fine. You can play Hill this week in any format you would like. Kamara, seasonal. On the other side, the winning side, we want Cousins in all formats. Bilal, seasonal, and London all playing GPPs. Falcons D looks sexy, but trust me, everybody talking to that thing this week. You feel me? 49ers at Buccaneers. CMC is back. Lord, oh Lord, how we have prayed for this day. Guys, I traded Chase in a package for CMC, and I'm playing that guy this week. And we saw what Chase did. Jesus cometh at the right time, dare I say. Seriously, though, he's going to be on a snap count, but between him and Mason, they'll get the job done. But that's why we can't play them in DFS, both a little too expensive this week. A lot of guys fall in that category for what it's worth this week. To me, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown would be another prime example. This is a week where you're being forced to pick. We're getting priced out of stacking these guys or even considering one or the other because the prices are so exorbitant. Debo is a lock play for me, though. You can ride that in any format you would like for me this week. I've got interest in Kittle and Jawan Jennings also for DK this week. Baker has been able to hit these secondary options all the same without his two main guys at wide receiver. He's finding ways to return fire, which is why I'll play him naked. That would be sans any receivers this Sunday for GPPs. Rashad White is essential in pass pro, so I like him over Bucky. That is why he got the majority of the snaps against the Chiefs on Monday. 49ers defense got a chance to force the issue here this week. This smells like a road victory. Purdy's in play for GPPs. I will get there. Bills at the Colts. Last week we saw why Flacco is only ever going to take you so far. This will be another tough week. JT would be a nice play, but the Bills probably get it going and force the Colts to try to keep up. Classic opportunity to be phased out via game script for JT, but obviously playing him in seasonal. That's it from the Colts. As far as the Bills go, it's Josh Allen's world. Fire him up. You feel me? I want Khalil Shakir if you know me. Even more with Amari Cooper looking good to play. You can play him in any format you would like this weekend. Cook is too expensive for DFS seasonal. Fine. Kincaid for seasonal. Bills D on DK. Buffalo on the road. Titans at the Chargers. Tennessee defense is going to be a bottom out play for us this week on DK, being sub 3K. That makes a huge difference in what we want to do. We can fit in His Majesty, Saquon now, basically, if we play this. Let's pay up there by paying down here. So we are invested in this one from that perspective. Chargers should win because their defense is good too, but Tennessee is enough to keep it close, we hope. There's not much else I want here. Ugly game that the Chargers finally win. Eagles at the Cowboys. Cooper Rush to Lamb warrants a DFS GPP tournament lineup. No doubt about it. They've had success before, and this Philly secondary is soft now. Make no doubt about it. Eggo's going to win. I hope my friend and her fam have a great time in Philly this weekend. Barkley train, get on it now, right now. Higher on the run game, and I'll fade the receivers in DFS this week. As I said earlier, they're a bit too expensive. Eagles, despite their coaching, will win that ball game. Under the Jets at the Cardinals. Look, I've agonized over this one this week, and most people are going to play on DK. They're going to play Rodgers sub 6K, but let's buck that trend. We're going to play Kyler. I'm not even interested in bringing it back with any New York receivers because, like the Eagles, they cost too much. I will play both quarterbacks, though, and it'll be Kyler in the cash game naked. Jets are not a very good football team. The Cardinals can and will win this football game. All-around team effort will get it done. I like all the names in this one for seasonal purposes. It'll be a fun one. Cards in the desert. Lions at the Texans. Sunday night. Can the Texans get a home win? The Lions look tough. Golf is in play here. St. Brown, that's the path against this Texans defense. But at the goal line, they have two real good backs. So Montgomery and Gibbs this season makes a ton of sense to me. On the other side, Mixon has a tougher road this week. Stroud will have to be good to keep up. He has Tank Dell at least, but the Lions are going to provide so much offense, though. I don't think the Texans can hang. Feels like a to-the-moon moment for Stroud in the Lions' victory. Finally, on Monday, Fins up. My Dolphins on the road versus the Rams. The Fins have been holding on defense for the most part. It's the only bright spot over the last few weeks. It won't be easy for the Rams, but they have all of their weapons. So thus, how can we not like Demarcus Robinson this week? He's continuing to be relevant even with Kupp and Nakua back. This is a high-powered pass game, and that is the path to putting pressure on Miami this week, simply. On the other side for Miami, they need to have this one. Path is clear on the ground and in the air. All the usual suspects should be good. Tua, Achane, Hill. This is a get-right spot for these Dolphins. Let's see it. Miami on the road and the tough, gutty victory. Good luck, everybody. Let's meet back here next week and learn, scout, win, and repeat.
Hi, Daddy.